Welcome back, party people, to another exciting episode of Break the Apocalypse podcast. This is your weekly look at the hellscape that we find ourselves living in forevermore. My name is John Draper. I'm sort of like the Captain Stubing of the Love Boat Through Hell. Joining us on this journey, as always, is the Persian cocksmith, Mr. Shaheen. Shaheen, how are you this week?
What's up, dude? I'm doing well. It's fucking raining for the next 48 hours here, though, so it's a little depressing. But this is a good week. I'm celebrating this weekend. I don't really want to get into why, but it's a celebration, you know.
It's a celebration. Or if you were a car dealership, it would be a celebration.
Dad jokes.
And of course, well, I am a dad. And of course, the B stands for Burley, the pride of the Midwest. Everybody loves him, Mr. B. Show Brian. B. Show Brian, how's your week shaping up in this first week of February?
Being a weatherman, I'm stoked because we had a blizzard today.
Everybody wants it. They want you to be that. Look, everybody wants you to be their weatherman. Now,
I'm just gonna go with it, man. I don't care.
Yeah, just, you know what? Embrace it. Just embrace it. It's your calling. Now, before we get started, we have a shit ton of things to get to. Just a ton. We're swimming in topics. The topics are like little semen, like little sperm flying around. We have so many topics and we want to get to as many as possible. But we have housekeeping, and we always start out with a little program note. If you're joining us on the free downloads, I'm happy you're here. I'm John, and we're really, really excited that you're joining us. However, you don't get the free show. You see, the whole free show, no. You get like half the show, maybe like 60% at best. The only way to get the full, unedited, uninterrupted, unadulterated show is by going to patreon.com/break the app for the low inflation busting price of just $5. $5. You couldn't get a crackhead to top you off for $5. I probably not. It depends on what city you're in. $5 is going to get you countless hours of our back catalog, including exclusive question and answer shows made up exclusively of Patreon members. Who are these members who ask the questions? Well, they're people like Joe S. and Vince Chichi and Hoozy G and Mr. Isaacs and Bob Fernando and Nate Tabber and Johnny Florida. And then you have Bruno Camano and JR and Charlie and Digital Wizard and my buddy Mike Brown, good old Jay, my pal Carrie Goldberg, Sal Phoenix, Cockboy, Gary Thorpe, Vic Condor, John Hennep, Justin Ludwig, our buddy Anthony Alston, my friend Terrell Thibodeau, Leonard Van Deen, the Cushion Pusher, MJW Games, Larry Trailer, Michael, my pal Randy Shepard, Joe Punches, Dirk Bag Darrell, the legendary wrestling icon podcaster Don Tony is with us. Jarrett Maloney, Walter Villani, Darren Gatt, Cassette Classics 86, Tyler Simpson and Austin Red, Steve Shaw, Bravo Needs Bacon, Stephen Teasdale is with us, Marquise Johns, my friend Ruben is here, Anthony Jeter, Joe, my buddy Stella Eccles, my good friend Ronald Anderson. Of course, we have Adam Bergoni, Emmanuel, the lovely Amy Foley, Jeff Lippity Lip 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 Lipman. He's here. JB Buff Bell is here. Jarek Braxton. Kevin Mathurin, my good friend, just turned 49. I'm thinking about you, buddy. Happy birthday from across the pond. You are a world-class dude. Michael Smith is here. My good friend who happens to be in love because I have the internet and I could tell. Rivers Johansson, he's here. We got Jude and Matt and John Bernstein and good old Cloudy is here and Joseph Mara. Willie Thompson, good friend of mine right there. Chris Matthews, good friend of mine right there. Want more good friends? Cherry Jesus, Roxy Mike, J-Rev 92, Texas Sal, Mark Gordon B, Purple Haze, Danny Douglas, Paul Stockwell, John Garcia, Fatty 316, Richard Todd, of course, my buddy James Gruesome, Daniel Clark, Deliverance, Christopher Kane, and the half Persian, half Irish, 100% Texas cuteness, Drew Yari. Let's go to the plugs early, shall we? We're going to plug Deathmatch Outlaws. We're going to plug that adorable Drew Yari show. Hey, Cassette Classics 86, they're on YouTube. Down on the Thundercast is here. And of course, who's killing it on YouTube? Don Tony, Necromaniacs Podcast. Don't forget those guys. Always a great episode. Always in the wings. The Inhuman Experience Podcast. Of course, Ringsiders Wrestling on YouTube. I think I'm going on the show this weekend. Going to talk about a little thing called the Rumble, which I'll get to in a minute. Mojo and Dirk's most dastardly show, The Garden of Doom, Off the Mat, Old Guy Metalcast. Of course, funkbetty.com. You should be getting some nice winter clothes from funkbetty.com right now. You can do it right now while you listen. You can do two things at once. MJW Games. What about Cherry Jesus? Guess what? He's on YouTube. Red River Podcast. Boy, my buddy Sam is killing it. He's getting good guest after good guest after good guest. He's got some good stuff going on over there. And of course, his band Playing Dead, they're freaking amazing. They're so good. They're like really good. You know, like when you have a friend's band who sucks, but you pretend to like it because he's your friend? And the opposite. Sam is my friend, and his band's amazing. Unbelievable. Bayou Geeks, that's Fatty 316. Of course, the High Marks podcast. Let's talk about the Midnight Mass Creature Cast. You should check that out. And of course, my good friend Anthony Elson. He's got that weekly detour with Anthony Elson and Teddy. We've got Guns and Geeks podcast, Planet Mondo podcast. Pretty sure they just dropped a new episode. What about Halloween 365? And you can catch both Planet Mondo and Halloween 365 not only on the podcast, but on our YouTube channel as well. And of course, my band Synthetic 16 on Spotify, Apple Music, and Bandcamp. Check out my album Too Far Along. It's available right now. Go check it out. Buy it. You don't, well, just download it. I don't care. Just listen to it. Tell me what you think. Did I miss any plugs? I think I got everything, huh? Hey, you know what you should do? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt there, but you should really go to patreon.com/break the app for $5 because we got a dick ton of stuff on there. That catalog is growing. The Patreon is growing. Thank you to the returning champions and, of course, the new members. And don't forget, you got your Q&A coming up in about a week or so. So get your questions into the question and answer show. So as we're recording this, a couple things I want to get off my chest quickly because we do have a lot to get to. The most important thing is today is my wife's 47th birthday. I met my wife when she was 13 years old. I met her in the 80s, and obviously that was a long motherfucking time ago. We have not been together that long. That would probably be miserable, but for both of us. But when she's not threatening to stab me or kill me in my sleep, she tells me we're doing pretty well. So happy birthday to my beautiful wife, Randy. Guys, did you know it was Randy's 47th birthday today? Shah, did you know that?
I did not, but happy birthday. That's awesome. Happy birthday.
Of course, Bish O'Brien, were you aware that my wife is 47?
I didn't know she was 47. I did know her birthday was tomorrow. So happy birthday, Randy.
Yes. And she's big fans of both Shaheen and Bish O'Brien. She's big fans of you guys. I'm sure she'll appreciate the birthday shout out. So happy birthday to my wife. She's a pretty dope person. She's pretty awesome. She makes some killer food, and she looks great, and she's a great mom, and she's kind to animals. And she's funny as fuck, my wife. She's a funny gal. So I'm a very lucky dude.
She tolerates you when you're drunk. She carries you out by herself. That's dope, man.
Yeah, it's not an easy gig. I know a lot of people think, oh, like, I would fuck around with Draper, maybe. He seems like it. No, you wouldn't. I'm terrible. You don't want any part of this. Believe me, this is not for you. Only my wife can really could handle this. When you say B-show, Brian?
Yeah, for sure. Although your brother, now that he's on the Patreon, has he said that since he's a patron now, he's going to claim half of carrying you out of the bar that night. So
is he? Well, my brother Joe's bigger than me, so he could probably handle that.
Yeah,
but
shout out to Joe.
Shout out to Joe. He's in the Patreon, and of course Mike from the Necromaniacs podcast, always checking out the show. So I guess we should get this out of the way. Because I'm sure a lot of people want to hear me mention it because it kind of became a big deal. So unprovoked, unplanned. I'm not even really sure how this happened, but Saturday, as most of you know, I apparently went on Wrestling Soup again for the first time in 16 months. Like a year and a half. This was not planned. This was not something that we were keeping secret. It literally just happened. And I think that's why it was cool, because it was something that basically I woke up, guys, and I was in my house and I was doing lots of laundry and I wasn't really doing much and the weather was terrible and I knew that the Rumble was happening, the Royal Rumble. And I had asked Joey Numbers during the weekend. I'm just like, hey, you guys doing a post show? And he was like, yeah, but he didn't say were they doing it right after or were they doing it the next day? Cause it's a Saturday. I know Joey works a lot of weekends and I hadn't heard anything. So I basically woke up and was doing laundry and I was like, you know what? I'm going to be so drunk and some other stuff tonight that I'm going to be home watching the Royal Rumble and my wife's got to work the next day or whatever. And, I was like, you know what? Maybe I can go on the show. And I did not know I was going to go on the show. I just I made a comment on Twitter without talking to Mish or Joey or anybody. And then next thing I know, I'm talking to Mish and Joey and they're like, yeah, come on. Like it was really that fast, that easy, that simple. And it was, apparently it was a lot of fun. for a lot of people. We enjoyed it. I know what, like, so many people that listen to this show probably heard it, or maybe they missed it or they weren't aware of it. But yes, I did go back on the show. I was there for the Royal Rumble post show, and I've been hearing about it ever since. So thank you to Mish and Joey. That was fucking great. I was a little fucked up. I'm not going to lie. I was a little fucked up. I don't know if you could tell. I was actually drinking, and I didn't even want to mention it because I was so drunk. And another thing that I was just kind of casually trying, like, to not like pass out. I was so tired. It was late, but I had a great time. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that, and it happened. And thank you so much, Mission Joey. Thank you so much, Soup people. And we're glad that happened. I think everybody involved is glad. And I don't know if it's going to happen again. I imagine it would. I don't see why it wouldn't, but I know that the listeners appreciated it. I was surprised that I actually stayed awake and was actually up for the Rumble. And if anybody would like to know, after I got off the air about like 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30, I then ate 5,000 calories worth of garbage and stayed up until like 5 in the morning. So guys, it was like a pretty typical Saturday in that regard for me.
Yeah. A Draper Saturday night, and literal garbage, like a raccoon too, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I was a trash panda. I was a middle-aged trash panda.
I actually forgot the Rumble was on this weekend.
I know
until
when
you
I
guys
told
mentioned it.
Shaheen, and he was like, "Wait, the Rumble's tonight?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, it's tonight."
Yeah, he was less
No idea.
surprised that you were going on Soup and more surprised that the Rumble was this week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it was too.
It's my favorite pay-per-view. Like,
It is.
This is the second Royal or third I've missed in a row. So I think I'm completely checked out of wrestling.
Yeah,
right
you're
now. I think
completely
it's safe.
checked out of
Yeah, I
wrestling.
think it's safe to say I'm just out.
Did you see it, Bisho?
Yeah, I had to watch it on delay because my kids didn't go to bed till like fucking 10 o'clock that night. And then like I listened and skipped around on Soup when I was listening to you guys because I hadn't seen all the show. I didn't want it to be ruined. And then it would have been fine because the rest of the show was garbage anyway.
Yeah,
So,
it wasn't a great show. I think our post show was infinitely better than the Rumble, but you know, I was happy to do it. It really meant a lot. We talked about it after. It was just the ease of it was so easy. And I think a lot of people were really, really happy. I'm so grateful that people were happy about it. I was in the chat for the first time in a year and a half, and everyone kept waiting for people, like at least one or two people, to just start talking about my mom or something. And like there was nothing bad at all. No, everybody was happy. So that was awesome. That was cool. I just, maybe if I do it again, I won't be fucked up. But I am doing Ringsiders. I believe I'm recording with the guys across the pond over the weekend on Sunday. And so I always enjoy going on Ringsiders. I'm sure we'll talk about that on Ringsiders as well. So right before we went on the air tonight, we record this on Thursday evenings, and then it airs on Friday. I got this weird notice that apparently we're killing people again with bombs. Yeah, that's exciting, isn't it, Shah?
Yeah, it wasn't me. I was at home. I promise.
Well, no, I know you didn't do it. I think you have an alibi anyway, right?
I don't know if I want to talk about that, but no, I mean, dude, you saw it coming, man. I mean, I'm not surprised by this. You mentioned it a year ago when Biden was getting elected that we're probably going to have a lot of heat with the Middle East, and here we are. I'm not surprised by it, but I mean, this is a good. It is a good thing that we killed, you know, one of the Islamic Republic leaders. But I mean,
yeah. I guess
the smoke is coming, though. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bisho, are you? I mean, I know we did talk about this a year ago. I know, but are you actually surprised, or are you just like, yeah, this was coming?
No, what was it? Boots on the ground in April, I think was your.
Oh my God,
thing.
I did say that.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay. So just to give this context, because I'm sure at this point, the next day, everybody knows, U.S. Special Operation Forces mission in northwestern Syria, which we shouldn't be in, kills ISIS leader, Biden announces. I guess Biden went on TV, or I don't know. He's sundowning, so I don't think he can go on tonight. The Pentagon confirmed that a raid was undertaken by U.S. forces in Syria's rebel-held northwestern province of Idlib, I-D-I-I-B. President Biden confirmed that ISIS leader Abu Ibrahim and al-Husaymi and al-Qasiri and Syria's satellite radio and Yahoo Prime, I don't know all these names, was killed. So apparently we killed some people. We killed some folks, like Obama said. We killed some folks. Biden delivered remarks on the raid Thursday afternoon, thanking the bravery of the U.S. troops involved and adding that he ordered U.S. forces to take every precaution available to minimize civilian casualties. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights and the White Helmets Rescue Service say they rescued 13 people, including 6 children. Oh, here we go. Apparently, we killed some kids. We killed 6 kids and possibly, I think, 13 innocent people. So what do you think? You think they're just going to be cool with it and be like, oh, you killed us, my bad. What do you think the payback's going to look like for this B show? What are we thinking? You think a public bombing? Do we think maybe like a concert, maybe the Super Bowl? What do you think the payback's going to be?
I think they're going to try to cancel one of their most famous comedians because that's the real way you change the fucking world, man.
Not a bad look. Shah, what do you think the payback's going to be? Do you think, what are we thinking? Like a Market Square bomb somewhere, maybe a mall, perhaps an aquarium? What are we thinking?
I think that all depends on how much drill music they're listening to. Like if they're coming in here with some, some Bronx drill, dude, shit's going down, bro. That's terrifying. You know what I mean? Because I just know it, man. Like drill music is completely like the most violent thing you can listen to right now. Add that to terrorism, and that might be the worst nightmare of every country, like ever.
Do you think maybe like ISIS will just start dropping drill tracks about us?
That's what
like
I'm saying.
Before they kill us? That'd be
They
cool.
might remake. Well, no, they smoke on the bodies afterwards. They would drop a diss track after killing people, and then you retaliate. That's how drill works.
I would like to.
Kill?
What do you think ISIS drill music is like? Like, what do you think that's like? Why hasn't anybody cornered that market?
I don't know. That I would love to hear this shit though.
What do you think? Shah, I mean, I remember when they used to make those ISIS recruitment videos that kind of looked like G.I. Joe, only from the opposite spectrum. It's like they're on like jungle gyms and it's like G.I. Joe or Jihad guys. We hate the American people. Jihad guys are here. You know what I mean?
I love that this is a thing. Oh my God.
I guess so.
We might have stumbled upon it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you just accidentally discover ISIS drill music on the
I think
air?
we did.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Are we allowed to play
Well,
this?
it's not ISIS. It's just Islamic. It's not.
Okay,
ISIS.
but no, that's true. Yeah, but
Okay,
I was very specific when I said I want ISIS drill music.
Yeah, I don't think that's out yet. But I mean, this is a start though. We're planting the seeds here.
Do you think like they'll make diss tracks like
Bro,
Joe
we
Biden,
gotta
you're
play
sleeping on the
this.
job, like Joe Biden,
Bro,
you're
we
sleeping
gotta
on the
play it.
job. You're just like all these other American slobs. Maybe I should make the ISIS drill song. Do you think I should write the ISIS drill? Like, what is it? The clapback? Is that what they call it, the kids? The clapback? That sounds like something you get from banging. What is a clapback exactly? What does that mean? I'm a grown up. I don't know what that means.
I mean, they used to use that in like 06. That was
Well,
like
I'm
diss
50.
tracks.
I'm not hip. I
don't think the youngins are using clapbacks as diss
I don't
tracks
know.
anymore,
This
you
is
know?
what I'm saying. What are they using? Are they Tide
Drill.
Podding and drag packing and snack packing? What are they
No,
doing?
they
Are
drop
they
drill.
Sunny Ding it? What are they doing? Bisho, what are the
Drilling.
kids doing? You've got a pulse on everything.
Oh my God. Dude, all I know is my 9-year-old was dancing to a TikTok with her friend today, and she said she's going to smoke that herb. And I said, shut the fuck up.
Oh God.
Yep.
You know who would stop that for you? You know the irony. You know who'd stop that for you in 2 seconds, right? ISIS. They put an end to that shit in 2 seconds.
Wait, haven't we said for a long time that ISIS was right, or the terrorists were right?
No, but like back in I think in the 90s or the late 80s, you guys remember they would have that thing where like they'd have these people come and kidnap kids from parents who were bad and make them go in the mountains and like. I think they still. What do they call that shit?
I know someone. Was it Scared Straight? But I know someone who was
it's not a
kidnapped by the
Scared
SEALs
Straight
or some shit.
necessarily. Like it's more like it's like Scared Straight for like upper class white people because you get to go in the mountains and shit instead of going to Rikers Juvie.
Oh no, I know a dude who was bad news, and his parents had him kidnapped in the middle of the night, and they took him to like boot camp.
Right,
So-
that's what boot camp. Thank you, Shah. You remember that? Like that was like a thing for your generation. Like, oh, parents like sending their kids to signing their kids over. Like guys would come in the middle of the night and be like, "Mom, no, please, but go with Todd. You're gonna go with Todd." Like Todd is like, "Come on, you got to say goodbye. Stop crying. Get in the van." You know what I'm talking about, Shah? You familiar with this fascinating thing that happened?
I mean, I kind of lived that life, bro. I got expelled twice, and then I couldn't go to regular school. So I
Right, but a guy named Todd and a dude named like Seth didn't come and bring you out of a bed in the middle of the night wearing tucked in shirts.
No,
Like
With a high top fade and a flat
with a high
top.
top fade, being like, "It's okay, ma'am. We're gonna give him some discipline." you know, and then they go in the mountains and probably start banging each other. I don't know what the fuck they did in the mountains, but wouldn't it be better like for kids that are so out of control now? Like you just have like hardcore ISIS members come in the middle of the night.
Just revolutionize your kids and shit.
Yeah, it'd be like, you know, it's like, you're going to teach them some discipline. Discipline, right. Yeah, discipline. Okay, discipline. Like, you know, it's like, oh, sure, discipline, he says. Like, you know, like, and then they just kidnap the kids in the middle of the night and turn them into fundamental terrorists and shit like that. And like, instead of like having like a thing like where they got to like sleep in the woods, it's like, okay, the last person to finish making the homemade bomb gets to sleep outside and the rest of you just blow up with the bomb. I just think that'd be cool. Like if ISIS boot camp, like, but it's not like without the fundamentalist, without the religious aspect, without the like holy war aspect, just in like the hardcoreness of it. You know what I'm talking about, Shah? Like, because ISIS were living hard out there in the mountains and shit, weren't they?
I think so, man. I mean, I watched the one documentary with CNN. I think they went up there with, that was the Taliban, but I mean, same shit.
Taliban.
Yeah, they were up there and they spent a couple of weeks with them and they trained like crazy.
Oh God,
these motherfuckers, they didn't look like they were in shape, but yo, they were running like 8 miles a day out of fucking nowhere.
With backpacks on and 120 degrees, and then it's like below zero at night.
Yeah, it's no joke, man. And they were smoking like hash the whole time. That was like their entertainment.
They were smoking hash and complaining about like the great Satan. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe if we just did this in a lot of like bad areas or kids like strung out on meth and just like, you know, just I'm going to call ISIS boot camp. They're just going to drag you out in the middle of the night. It's like, sure, this question, you know, this goes against my American values, but, you know, I got to tell you, you know, Jimmy's never been more attentive. Never been more, although he is trying to get his mother to wear a burqa around the house, you know, wear a beekeeper's outfit. But other than that, everything's fine. You know, and then there is the occasional wanting to stone the heretics. But yeah, I got to tell you, man, like I love America. I love my troops. I love my Diet Coke. I love. Dude, I'm sorry. I just lost my taste. I lost my taste. You know what I mean? I'm just not into it. I think when you do what we did tonight, I mean, it's a victory, I guess, until they blow up something. You know what I'm saying? Like, how soon do you think the retaliation's coming if you guys had to pick, Shah? Like, what would you say? Like Super Bowl Sunday weekend? Like, what are we thinking?
Dude, I don't know if I want to answer this because if it happens on that weekend, I think they're gonna blame me. What do you think, Bisho? When do you think that's gonna happen, if ever? I don't think I want to answer that.
That's called classic deflection.
Yeah, this is some corporate answer right here, bro.
Bisho, how soon do you think I think Super Bowl weekend would be a good one, don't you?
It would be a good venue, but do you think that's too quick a turnaround time for the Taliban?
I feel like they've been on deck, like, because they knew we were going to do something, right? We had to do something, right? So I feel like the payback has been on deck. I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. I just feel like since we don't practice diplomacy with people we grew up with or work with or live next to or related to, like, so how can we practice diplomacy with a foreign country that we've been at war with or a foreign entity or a terrorist entity that was been ingrained into the 21st century, you know, that we're at war with? You know, we can't even be nice to like somebody like, you know, like walking by us with a button of something we don't like. It's just like, I just feel like it's more about our lack of diplomacy as a species now. Like America used to be so scary to other countries because we were mighty and we, you know, we had a lot of people with fake boobs and like we had Morton Downey on the air and we had like, you know, cool TV shows and shit. And, you know, did I mention internet porn? You know, we put all these, we really sort of put all these great things into the world. And a lot of people have been trying to kill us ever since, but I don't know. I'm not into war, man. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not into war. It's just like what's going to happen now? So a lot of other like children are going to die and just, you know, and the other thing is this too, like, are we droning these guys again? Are we doing like, is like Droney McDronerton, like Obama was the king of all drones? Are we gonna start droning everyone again? Are we gonna start droning hospitals and schools?
That's got to be the future of it, right? Just no one, no boots on the ground, maybe a command team, and then just flying shit over their fucking video game style.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I guess because we're really good at video games. So like, what the fuck?
I've always said that. I've always said all these kids that are playing Call of Duty all the time and are antisocial and spend all their time on Xbox Live, they're going to get recruited by the military.
Yeah, when they're not trying to have sex with our daughters, they're gonna get recruited by the fucking military. So let's send. Maybe war is good. Maybe keep them away from
Hey,
our kids.
I did find an ISIS supporter doing saying he's doing drill music. Can you see it?
Hold on, Shaw. This is huge. This is huge.
play it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
From
I'm
the
sure,
Independent.
I'm sure we can play this, dude. This
Are
is
you
fun.
sure?
Yeah, this is come on.
This is like a
Yeah.
regular dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
I
is
said
like
it's
a
supporter.
I know this guy's cosplaying as I want ISIS. Give me the Taliban, real Taliban, not a guy named Chad who lives in New Brunswick pretending he likes the Taliban. That's not the same thing. I want the
No,
real.
Oh,
ISIS
here's
drill.
an anti-ISIS rapper.
Who's
from
the anti-ISIS
2015.
rapper?
I mean,
Is it
that should be like
anti-ISIS?
any rapper. I feel like every rapper.
I
is
want
that.
real ISIS rappers. Am I asking too much?
God,
I
I
want-
was trying to throw you an olive branch. I found an ISIS supporter.
That dude's cosplaying as ISIS.
I
That dude's
know.
name is Todd. I don't want Todd. I want somebody whose name I can't pronounce that's got a line over or something with a circle or some shit. That's what with a squiggly line. Give me a name of somebody with a squiggly fucking line.
Yeah, that dude. He looked like he was like named Raul from the Bronx.
Yeah,
that dude looked
that
like he was
dude's
New
from
York.
that. Are you kidding me? That dude's from
Yeah,
Washington Heights.
come on. That's Raul, dude.
You
Come
think
on,
I don't
okay.
know a dude from Washington Heights when I see one?
He's still selling weed out in Washington Heights.
Oh,
Shaib
wait, his name is
Abu.
Saad Abu. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. This guy,
Sahib. Yeah.
wait, can you scroll up again? I want to see what this dude looks like.
Oh shit, he is actually okay.
Shot.
Yeah, he was arrested on suspicion of acting as a terrorist.
Jesus.
Oh,
All right.
so he's not cosplaying.
Yeah, let me
Well,
look here.
that outfit is not helping me. I got to be honest with you. I want a more traditional ISIS. Listen to
An
me,
alleged-
people.
an
I want
alleged-
my ISIS rappers dressed in ISIS garb now.
authentic, 100% authentic ISIS. Is that what you're
Can we
talking
play
about?
this?
Ridiculous.
Can
He's
we
wearing a
play
hat.
this?
He bought an Army and Navy for Christ. He bought that hat at old fucking Navy. Some fucking terrorist he is. Poser. All right. Bisho, set this up for the crowd.
All right. So this guy, where'd it go, motherfucker? Rapped about violent ways of killing non-Muslims. He says there were parodies, but it also said that he was arrested.
For killing non-Muslims.
Yeah, I lost it because it dropped down when I. Let's just go to the video.
All right.
Let's see if he's really an ISIS.
This is an
yeah.
ISIS rapper, but is this? Wait a minute. If this guy's just live rapping over a beat, I'm going to get very angry because I want production. Where is Funk Master Flex? Bring in Funk Master Flex. Play it. All right, hold on.
Beat the window shop, man, pull up up and turn him off. In a second, man, swerve him off and it's in a
Wait a minute, is
Oh,
that
this is
Noel
from
Gallagher?
UK. No, this is from Britain. This is England, dude.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of ISIS, I guess.
What?
Look, he couldn't even change the batteries in his smoke alarm, but I'm supposed to believe he's going to. How are you gonna stop the great Satan when you can't figure out how to change the batteries in your fucking smoke alarm? There, buddy?
Actually, that's pretty authentic. Every general. Yeah, this guy's terrible. We should just stop this. This guy's
Okay,
Stop
yeah,
this.
I
This
agree.
guy's.
There's no
this is not.
beat.
You are not ISIS, my friend. I know ISIS. I've seen ISIS, and you are no ISIS, sir.
I will say this though, the fire alarm in the background actually, that's very authentic because usually when
what is
people
the
rap,
deal with people that want to make these videos and these salient points, and they can't remember to change the batteries in the fucking smoke?
well, that's the
alarm?
whole thing, dude. That usually when people are recording in the projects and shit, you hear the fucking fire alarms in the background. That's actually authentic. That adds to it.
But all that means is that they need to go to the fucking bodega and get 2 double A's. Like that's all that fucking needs. Like,
Yeah,
what
but
the
everybody's
fuck?
high. That's how you know you're in the projects. Everybody's getting high. Everybody's
All I
too
know
lazy.
is I got my ass all excited from authentic ISIS, anti-American, kill the great Satan, death to America rap songs. And I got a dude who sounds like a special needs Noel Gallagher, dressed like he just came out of fucking Old Navy from 18 years ago. That is not the ISIS I wanted. It's not the ISIS I wanted. I want real ISIS, goddammit.
They're all waiting for Todd to come by to change the batteries, you know?
This is
They'll wait
ridiculous.
for the white guy.
And by the way, people, if you're going to make a video, I don't care what it's about. I don't care if it's about CRT, anti-CRT. Joe Rogan is great. Joe Rogan sucks. Change the batteries in your fucking smoke alarm, for God's sake. The fuck's wrong with you? You got that beeping going on like a cricket for fucking 24 hours a day. What am I supposed to think? What am I supposed to think? But anyway, yeah, so we're killing a bunch of people again. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe they're bad people. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think we should be bombing people right now? We're so fucked up. Like, I just don't know why we're bombing people. Like we can't even get health care or minimum wage or forgive student debt or help out people who are behind in their mortgages. Well, we got money for these bombs, yo. We got so many bombs. Dude, did you guys know that when Obama was president, we dropped so many bombs that we ran out of bombs? Like we actually had to, by the second term, we actually had to get more bombs. And we had a surplus of bombs. We were running out of bombs. Yeah. Well, that's 2015. Oh, no, he was president in 2015. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah, we had to get more bombs. Look, here we go, 2017. America, we were dropping so many bombs in we ran out of bombs. Do you know how many bombs we had? We had so many. So look at this. In 2016 alone, we dropped 26,171 bombs. But we can't get health care. We can't get a minimum wage. Can't do it. Can't do it. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Maybe that rapper had a point, Shah. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we've had enough bombs, bro.
That's enough of the bombs.
Yeah, I think enough bombs, man.
Enough bomb. I'm anti-bomb. A bomb should just be a movie that doesn't make money on opening weekend, or a really good fart, or like when you blow up somebody's bathroom.
I didn't even like the slang. I didn't even like the slang, the bomb, when people were using that in the 90s.
Oh, it's the bomb. Is that like clapback?
I hated that. Yeah, that's old. That's older though. That's like people were raising the roof when they were saying the bomb. Were you saying what's up while you were raising the roof? Oh, dude, that was the fucking worst. Oh my God. Why did you remind me? I hated that. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm very upset that I couldn't find a fucking really. I wanted to find like the Q-tip of ISIS, like in terms of raps. Where did that come from? Was that from Scary Movie?
What, the bomb?
No, the What's Up thing. That was from Scary Movie. It was from
a Budweiser commercial.
Yeah, it was a Super Bowl commercial. Wow, that's interesting. Way to call that one back.
Yeah, Super Bowl commercial. Anyway, so yeah, we're back to normal. We're blowing up people again. We're bombing ISIS. Hey, for those of you that are in your 20s, we're still bombing ISIS again. You're not in a time warp. We're still bombing ISIS. So here's an interesting note. I brought this up on the air, but I wanted to bring this up because COVID stuff. So my wife for Christmas got me tickets to Letterkenny, the TV show that I love. I'm a big fan. And the only reason she was able to get tickets was because they canceled from a year ago in my town from COVID. Well, Saturday night, before I go on the air, I'm watching the Royal Rumble. My wife comes home from work and goes, have you checked your emails? And I was like, no, I'm fucking gone. And I'm like, so gone. And she was like, Letterkenny's not happening next week, right? And I was like, what? They canceled my Letterkenny show and moved it to April. But, some random date in April that I have to presume I could make. So things are still getting canceled. I know some bands that canceled. I think Hatebreed, the very, very big hardcore-ish, metalish band, wherever side of the spectrum you see them from, they canceled, I think, some shows. Life of Agony just canceled the North America tour. Things are still getting canceled. For COVID. And my state still has the mask shit put into place till, I guess, February 10th. And then they're going to reevaluate it again. So now we're in February. We still don't know what's going on with COVID, but we got a firm grasp on some bad guys that we dropped some bombs on. Yeah. Just let me go to the mall without a mask for like the day. That would be great. So Shah, you brought this to our attention. And since we talked about this on the show before, there's this whole thing with drill music, and the governor, Hot 97 has decided that if you have a drill song, regardless of how popular it is, that they will not play a drill rap song on the air that glorifies killing people. Am I saying that correctly, Shah?
Something like that. So, like, the new governor is reminding people a lot of Giuliani. He's not fucking around with this gang activity, because the gang activity in New York.
Are you talking about the New York State governor?
Yeah.
That's a woman named Kathy Hochul. She replaced disgraced Andrew Cuomo.
Right. There you go.
Oh, you said he. That's why.
Oh, unless it's the mayor, Eric Adams. Is that his name?
Eric Adams is the mayor. Yeah, you talk about Eric Adams, the mayor, the new mayor of New York City. Okay,
maybe that's maybe I'm talking about the mayor. I don't know. I don't live in New York. Whichever one.
Are you talking about the constable? Are you talking about constable?
I'm sure they're both on the same page. Either one.
They're probably not at all. But
really, you think so? You think one of them is down with the gang
Eric Adams is
in
kind
New
of
York?
crazy. Eric Adams is a wild guy. You should look up that guy. He's pretty wild. But go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, they're basically cracking down on drill music, man, because they're saying the Bronx is literally just a shithole right now. Like, rappers are dropping daily. literally daily in New York.
Yeah, I think a rapper a week is on average is dying in New York City.
It's more now. And honestly, they said they're cracking down on all the guns because they're finding a lot of ghost guns that people are 3D printing at home. And that's how a lot of these shootings are happening, man. They're not really necessarily guns that were purchased; they're guns that are printed out. And obviously, there's no serial, you know.
Shaw, they tie this directly into gang activity. Am I right? Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, because drill music is literally just glorifying gang activity. The idea of drill music, drill is killing, right? When you say you're going to drill somebody, that means you're going to kill them.
Not
right?
in my house, but go ahead.
You know, think so. All right. But so what they do is on these songs, and a lot of these songs, like normal people don't pick up on these things, right? Because a lot of it is slang, a lot of it is subliminals, but they're literally glorifying killing people that just died like last week, and they're talking about smoking on their bodies, they're pissing on their grave. And a lot of times, yeah, man, get your dick hard. And a lot of times, these radio stations, they don't necessarily understand the consequences behind playing these songs, right? So this week alone, a guy named Nas Blicky, he got shot in the head. He's paralyzed. He's probably gonna die legitimately. He's a rapper, right? The thing is, he did a diss track talking about he's smoking on somebody that died 2 days ago, and within the same day that Hot 97 played that, the guy got shot. And this seems to be like a pattern now in New York. So Hot 97, which Hot 97 is full of shit, man. Ebro, all these guys, they were playing Pop Smoke. They were playing, who was that other guy? Fabio Foreign, all these bigger drill artists that actually have legitimate songs with guys like Drake. They were supporting those guys and playing their songs because they were getting views off of that, and they were making money off that.
Yeah, but no one pressured them to stop playing. They made this choice themselves. From my understanding, they weren't pressured by anybody.
No.
They literally made a conscious decision that this is, I mean, I don't even think like community, like no one was blaming Hot 97 for this. I could tell you that as a New Yorker. No one.
Not at all. No. This is just Ebro and Hot 97 doing it on their own.
But Ebro is like, now for people who don't know, Ebro is like the big morning guy, right? With the guy who looks like me if I stopped caring about my life. Rosenberg,
something like that. I don't know. He's got a
like
big
if
beard.
I just gave up, like that's like if I just said I'm good, thank you life, and I gave up.
I think he looks more like me if I gave up than you.
Yeah, he looks more like you if you gave up. You're absolutely right. If you just said no, I'm good, I never want to have sex again, I'm not going to be interesting, I'm not that funny, or I don't care what I look like. But go ahead.
But it is a good thing that they're doing this. I just find them to be hypocrites. I do think they're hypocrites though, because I think they're trying to get attention with, they're trying to get a round of applause from everyone. Like, oh, look at Hot 97. They're going to stop drill music.
Well, but let me ask you a question. Don't you think this is actually smart because they're getting in front of it before it's too late, before they directly get pressured by community leaders, by religious groups, by the parents and siblings of the dead people, by the neighborhoods, and this is a lot of their audience. So don't you think it's not hypocrisy, it's just business?
It is, but they go on here, man, and they pretend like they were angels. When the thing I don't like about it is when you reflect back when Pop Smoke was alive, they were playing a lot of Pop Smoke music. On a lot of those songs, man, he was disrespecting neighborhoods. He was disrespecting the GDs, which are the Gangster Disciples.
Yes,
or against like his,
of course,
and that stuff, man, that killed a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people died in New York with these songs. So
including Pop Smoke.
Yeah, well, he died in LA, but I mean, same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't like the fact that they took no responsibility for drill music spreading in New York because they're the biggest, radio station in New York as far as hip hop. And here you are playing these songs. And now you're going to no sell it and just be like, oh yeah, this stuff is disgusting and it's ruining the community. All right, well, motherfucker, you played this shit for years. You had them on your shows and they were throwing up gang signs next to you on your show.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying. I sense
and
the
John,
hypocrisy.
John, you got to understand, like when you watch some of these videos, right? So you'll have a guy like Fabio Foreign and he'll throw up the Gangster Disciples sign and he'll throw it down. That means like you're disrespecting all the Gangster Disciples across the world.
Yes, my grandmother taught me that when I was little.
There you go. That's why I'm spreading the word out here.
Yeah, my grandmother taught me that.
When you look at stuff like this, a lot of normal people might not pick up on that. But when you watch a lot of their videos, you're like, wow, I can't believe they just disrespected.
And junior high kids are having parties listening to this.
Exactly. And they're doing TikTok dances to it and shit. It's
like
weird. It's a weird vibe.
Bisho, what's your take on this? I know that you're very plugged into the gang life, the gang community. You're very much involved in all of this behavior. How do you see this playing out in the Midwest? Has this spread to the Midwest, this East Coast sort of New York flavor?
Yeah, we're about that out here. Is
about
what you're
that.
trying to say?
The B and B show stands for about that.
About that.
Actually, I don't know if you guys knew that. The B and B show stands for about that. But is this spreading to Ohio? Is this spreading through the Midwest?
I haven't seen it. I've heard it's terrible in Chicago, like Shaheen said, but I haven't heard anyone talking about it out here. You know what? I wonder if I could get my friend Richard from College Kid on the
that
show
would be
to talk about
great.
it.
Right, Shaw?
Yeah, I would love that, man. I used to watch that YouTube channel a lot.
You know what? We'll put that feeler out there. I mean, that's a pretty big outlet. So we might be small potatoes, but if you got a hookup for that, let us know. I would love, and I'm interested in this too because I'm a New Yorker, and I grew up on hip hop. I remember Hot 97 when that was like unreal. Like Hot 97 was a big fucking deal. You couldn't get on a subway without like 8,000 ads for like Buck Wild and what's his face, Star and Buck Wild and all that. I just remember those giant ads. Wild, yeah. Angie Martinez.
Yeah.
Like I remember, dude, I was sitting on a fucking F train at like 5 a.m, seeing 9,000 ads for this shit, and like Busta Rhymes and like this. And it's like it's just these giant ads. I mean, Hot 97 is New York. I mean, it's a big deal. I know there's other shows and there's other hip hop stations, but Hot 97 was a signature thing. And look, I don't know enough about this, but here's the thing. And it's just like everything else, Shah. And I'm just going to be honest here. Until some middle-class white people start getting killed in the mix, don't expect anything fundamentally to change.
That's another thing too. On these TikTok videos, you see a lot of these white kids throwing up these gang signs and stuff, and I'm just like, this is like getting to a weird level.
Yeah, but no one has been shot. That's what I'm saying. No. Some famous guy's daughter or son, it has to get lit up before anybody really gives a fuck. Like it's just the way it is. Some white people got to go in order to make this a bigger thing. I think and the reality is the shit makes money. It's super popular on the internet. So what? It's not on Hot 97, but you're still going to get 30 million YouTube views. You know what I'm saying? YouTube will follow suit. Like that's what you're going to start seeing. SoundCloud's got, but the problem is they make money. So I really don't see anything fundamentally changing until a girl named like Amber or a guy or girl named Courtney, or even better shot, like a guy and a girl named Courtney together get lit up accidentally by some, fringe gang that they have nothing to do with because they were listening to a song or something.
I am curious though. I'm going back to New York in 3 weekends. So I'm curious to see if the police presence is different than last time I was there.
Might be. Eric Adams,
I think it is.
Around, supposedly.
Yeah, a lot of them say, man. I mean, they say pretty much every borough right now is covered in police activity. Like every block just has several cars.
I don't live in the city anymore. I live in upstate New York, but I'm gonna be. Shaw, when are you going down?
Last weekend of February.
That's when I was supposed to go, but I might not be going now. But
if you go, let me know, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I might coordinate that with you because my kid was going away, but I think I talked about this. My kid's trip got canceled to Italy because of COVID. So she's not going until the summer, but I don't know, man. I don't know what to think. Honestly, like I want to say this is an exaggeration response, but the bodies don't tell this. I guess the dead bodies tell the story. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't imagine like meeting my end in like my 20s or 19 because of a rap song. Like, it's just like, I can't. Like it's just unconscionable to me. Like
even
like
younger, 16, bro. Some of them are like 15. Like it's
15.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, teenagers are genuinely very useless. Let's be honest. But imagine like you're in when you're like that young and you have your whole life in front of you and you throw it away for SoundCloud, clout, and like, wow, dude, it's just it's mind boggling. It's like your mind goes in a bottle. But what is Benny the Butcher tied to this in any capacity? Staying on theme here?
No. Benny the Butcher and those guys, they're my age. So they come from my era. They're not.
It's all younger guys, right? It's all
these are all like 15, 16.
These are teenagers and early 20s guys, right?
Right. And it's spilling down to Philly. Like Philly has a drill scene now. And like that's spreading, so it's it's awesome.
That's gonna really help everybody.
We got tons of gang activity out here now. There's Bloods and Crips and Woos and
that's gonna make everything better, don't you think? I mean, like Philly was like, we need some better sense of community. And somebody raised was like, what if we start drill gangs and start shooting each other over the drill music? And like, drill music, yeah, drill music.
Let's just add some colors to this, to the mix.
Yeah,
Add
why
some
Are you
colors.
trying to give us a Muppet Show version of drill music,
Yay,
John?
drill music, yay! Kermit could probably throw up gang signs. He doesn't have opposable fingers though, so I don't see how that's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm trying to get back down to the city. I was supposed to go. I'm just trying to go and hang with some friends for like a night. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of go out. But it's like between the weather and the fucking crime and the fucking chaos and everything's canceled and people are angry. I saw this thing. They said like Americans are more unhappy now than ever in the history of the country.
Then the Great Depression.
Yeah, no, more unhappy than ever. Honestly, like
we're more unhappy than when the entire country was depressed.
Yeah,
that's saying something.
Well, the
Holy
depression
shit.
is interesting because if you really do a deep dive, it wasn't like the whole like it was. I mean, we didn't have middle and lower class. We just had rich and poor, and it just meant that the poor's life became completely unstable. There was still wealthy people. Like there was, you know what I mean? It wasn't like the whole planet just started, eating out of a pot and like everybody was sleeping outside and taking shits on each other's lawns. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that necessarily. It depends on where you lived. It depends on what you did for a living. It was just the poor were insanely poor because they worked for institutions that were backed by, banking was a craze and everyone put all their money in the stock market. And, and they lost all their fucking money because they didn't have any protection. They didn't have any banking protection and things like that. So it's an interesting, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, but I just feel like I feel like there is a black cloud of like sadness and anxiety and depression and anger towards everybody. And I mean like towards everybody, towards anybody and everybody. And everybody is just waiting for you to do something or say something stupid so they could ruin you. And these are your friends, and these are your neighbors, and these are your coworkers. It's sad that I'm going to leave this life at some point, or not. I might just get bit by a vampire and live forever. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen, but more than likely, say 30 years from now, I'm definitely dead. Like there's no question about it. I'm probably 80 would just be like, so my balls, I literally would have to buy a third sneaker for my balls if I live to be 80. Because I'll have the two sneakers and then I'll have the middle sneaker for my balls as I walk around. I'll just be a tripod man. But I just feel like the hatred is so, like there's just so much hatred. And it's like out in the open. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so out in the open and the confusion. I wasn't good. I almost didn't want to talk about this, but I feel compelled to talk about it for a couple of different reasons. This is the Whoopi Goldberg thing. Now I have a kind of different take on this now that I've had a few days to marinate in this stew. So for people that don't know, Whoopi Goldberg is on The View. It's a show where a bunch of yentas sit around talking about shit and talking over each other and with the same political opinion all day. And
that's an ironic statement, John. A bunch of yentas.
Yeah, irony. By the way, I thought Whoopi was legit Jewish. I was 50 years old when I found out that she just made that name up because she thought it was funny and help her in show business.
I was going to say, that was actually my takeaway is go figure. Yeah. The one who's anti-Semitic is the one with the name fucking Goldberg.
Yeah, she took that name. She took it because she thought it would help her in show business. That's the story.
Oh, man.
And then she was trying to tell people she had Jewish blood. And then she went on that show with the guy on PBS that pulls up your ancestry. He goes, you don't have a fraction of Jewish blood. It's completely not true. And she had to eat like a whole shit sandwich over that a bunch of years ago. I like that. You ever watch that show? The guy who tells you who's your real ancestors and people freak out sometimes. It's pretty wild. So I like that dude. I forget his name. I should give him props because he seems like a really great guy. Anyway,
I thought you were talking about James Lipton for a second.
No. He was the guy who got into the thing, got pulled over by the cop, and Obama had them have beers together. It was like a whole racial thing, and him and the other guy worked it out. Like, like adults, like they sat down and talked about it with Obama with a beer in the garden, and they were like, yeah, we kind of both, we both have these feelings, blah, blah, blah. And then he's a professor. I really wish I knew the guy's name because he seems like a really, really great. He always comes across so great and like so smart and classy and just like above all this bullshit. Even though if this happened today, people would be begging him to like, make a bigger thing out of it. But long story short, Whoopi Goldberg goes on The View and says very boldly that the Holocaust and Nazi Germany was not about race because it was white people killing white people. And everyone on the panel, every yenta on the panel told her that was wrong. And Whoopi was steadfast in her belief. And then Whoopi goes on Colbert and kind of makes it even worse. Like, I don't even know how that's possible. And, you know, people lost their shit, right? People got very upset. And I agree it's a very dumb thing to say, but I think we have to stop killing people when they say stupid. I think we have to stop doing that. I don't care if it's Whoopi. I don't care if it's Rogan. I don't care if it's James Lindsay or fucking, you know, some crazy adjunct professor who thinks, you know, like, you know, everybody's the devil or whatever. I think we have to, this is what we need to do when people say dumb things. We have to go, you're a fucking idiot, and go on with our lives. Do you remember when we used to do that? When we used to say, that's fucking stupid, you're an idiot. And then we would just move on to like lunch. Do you guys remember that? Were you alive for that?
I used to do it all the time.
Wait, what am I hearing?
The season is here.
No, you know what I'm talking about? Because granted, like, do you really think Whoopi Goldberg's anti-Semitic? Honest, I mean, seriously, Bishop, do you really think Whoopi Goldberg's anti-Semitic?
No, and to be honest with you, just to give you a peek into the Midwestern fucking world, there are probably a lot of motherfuckers out here that don't think that Jew is a race as well as it's a nation of people as well as a religion. People look at it like Catholicism or yeah. And so like if it wasn't Whoopi Goldberg with the surname Goldberg and with the history she has, and she's been around people for years and in show business, she's got to know at this point. But like I could understand some fucking union electrician who hasn't been outside of Akron who'd be like, what do you mean racist? Jews are religion, just like fucking, I don't know why Akron has a southern accent.
Yeah, Akron, Oklahoma.
Akron, Oklahoma.
I wouldn't know. I never been there. But Sha, you know what I'm saying? Like, what did you think? Like when you heard that from what? I mean, obviously you probably thought it was very stupid. But did you think we should just kill her now? Like honestly, what did you think?
No, I don't think she should be canceled. I was shocked that she said it though, because I'm like, yo, you're way too old. You should know better. Like, come on.
She's like 70 years old.
And you've been on television for so long. You've been on television daily. Literally, you're on daily. You've shifted with the culture. Like, you should know better. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. This isn't somebody that hasn't been around for 20 years that just got on Twitter. You know what I mean?
She's not an art student at some college in the Midwest that's just saying stuff that you hear, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, this isn't Iron Sheik on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, this is somebody that you hold accountable. Like, you see the shit that he puts out, but you're just like, oh, I expect that from the Iron Sheik on Twitter.
Fuck the Holocaust, Bubba.
You should do, who said it? Whoopi Goldberg or Iron Sheik? No, but here's the thing. But listen, I'm not, trust me, I'm married to a Jewish person. I celebrate Jewish holidays. I do. I celebrate Jewish holiday. I'll be celebrating Jewish holiday in the spring. Like, you know, here's the problem. Okay. And I don't like what she said, but I hate we have to stop doing this to ourselves. We have to stop. We have to stop going after everybody for being dumb. Being dumb sometimes is its own crime. You understand what I'm saying? She's not she's not a guy with a Nazi flag standing in a cornfield in Alabama talking about the bloodsuckers and the money grubbers. No. She's a dumb celebrity who I guarantee you does not have nearly as high an IQ as you think she does. I guarantee I will take years off my children's lives. She's not smart, because if she was smart, she would have known not to say that. Sometimes people say dumb things because they're dumb. They're not smart. And here's the funny thing though, too. Whoopi felt emboldened to say that because there is this shift that has happened in the last few years, in particular with Jews and Asians, where people have decided that they are not minorities, that they are not protected classes of people, that they are not worthy of this title that we are bestowing on other groups. So it's totally okay to say things like this. That's what the fuck is going on. We have normalized this. This has become normal, whether it's not letting Asians get into Harvard because there's too many Asians, you know what I mean? Or not giving a shit about passive anti-Semitic things being said, whether it's on college campuses or from the Democratic Party. We've normalized this behavior because we have decided that these two particular groups of people are not worthy of this distinction of protection that we will afford other people. And I don't know how this got started. I don't know when this got started, but it's real. It's very, very real. because checking some major cities on what's going on with Asian crimes, and it's pretty bad. Okay. Asian hate crimes are through the motherfucking roof. And part of that, I think, is the response to telling Asians that you're not in this group, you're not in these other groups of people that we are going to have the same reaction to when you are persecuted in some capacity. Have you guys noticed an uptick in casual, like people calling anti-Semitism and Asian crimes? Look, anti-Asian hate crimes increased 339% last year. Last year. Why? You don't see a relationship between people deciding that Asians are just maybe too successful in the culture, so they don't need any kind of protection anymore? 339%?
And Asians couldn't even get their own article. They had to put the byline saying, well, but Black Americans were still the most targeted group. It's like, well, because 339%.
339. Shah, is that not shocking to see in print in NBC? This is not some fringe culture newspaper. This is, well, that's mainstream news, which is horseshit. What do you think when you see that Asian hate crimes have gone up over 300% in a calendar year? What do you think? What would you attribute that to, just casually?
Yeah, it's actually it's kind of mind blowing. 4 times a year. That's pretty wild, man.
Sad, right? I mean, there's a sadness to it, and of course, it's
even last year,
gross that anybody is targeted for hate crime.
Yes,
it's disgusting that Black Americans are the most targeted group of hate crimes. It's fucking despicable. It's despicable that Mexicans or Asians or Sikhs or Muslims or Jews or people with special needs or the elderly. I mean, like, this is like, but for some reason, they can't seem to get a handle on what's been happening with Asian hate crimes. And I'm thinking it's pretty obvious, because we just decided that it's okay. Like, Asians are not, we have to stop letting Asians be successful in the country. I mean, like, sorry, I don't know. That's the way it appears to me. And I'm a stupid white dude. So it's like, if that, I don't know. There's a lot of Asian people thinking that they kind of got left out of an equation in the last couple of years of minorities in this country. And I think the crimes against them are staggering. Have you ever seen some of these videos of like elderly Asian people just getting the shit kicked out of them randomly in San Francisco and New York?
Yeah, it's pretty gross, dude. I've seen
it's hard to watch, man. And it'd be hard to watch if it was anybody. But they just pushed an Asian woman in front of a train, a crazy homeless guy.
Jesus.
I mean, like, they pushed her in front of a moving train. And it's just like, what did you think was going to happen when you just decided that it was okay? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a powder keg, man. It's a powder keg. Look at this. In terms of location, Los Angeles recorded the most hate crimes of any U.S. city in the century in 2021 alone. And guess who's right behind it? New York.
2 of the most progressive cities in the country, yeah.
With the most hate crimes that doesn't stop. Yeah, these are massive cities with massive populations, with massive immigrant populations. I don't know, Shah. You've experienced quite a bit of racism based on immutable characteristics. Why do you think, honestly, you have not to answer for this, but I'd like your response when you see something like this. Like, why do you think this is happening now? There's no Trump. They can't blame Trump, right? I mean, you just can't. Or can you?
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, I mean, he kind of kickstarted off this thing, though. It's a trend, and it kind of created a chain reaction. So this is the aftermath of it. He doesn't necessarily need to be present for this thing to happen. I think he did kickstart it, though. He made people feel comfortable enough to start running around doing these things. And then you would have people asking the president at the time, being Trump, well, what do you think about this? And he would kind of deny it and just say, oh, they're good people. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, he gone, and like now everything that, I mean, I just don't see the culmination.
I know, but it takes time, dude. It takes time. Once you unleash that kind of
a gang of
make
kids
it okay,
beating an Asian guy on the street, I don't think they're really doing it for MAGA. A crazy homeless guy. No, I don't think he's doing it for MAGA.
No, I'm not saying it's for MAGA, but I'm saying MAGA started the
co-signing. Well, was the hate already there?
Yeah, the hate was already there. It's just unleashed. MAGA let it unleash, and it came from all sides, not just MAGA supporters, but it made it okay to do whatever the fuck you wanted or say whatever you wanted. So now you got all walks of life hating on.
Well,
people.
I think the internet made it okay to say or do whatever you want. I think
right, but behind the screen though, now people are showing up at fucking, you know.
And this is a staggering article. This is a Chicago, a lesbian mayor, a lesbian woman is the mayor of Chicago. Most gay hate crimes in the country, Chicago, and the one that was made up was the most famous, was Jussie Smollett. I mean, it's just like I don't know. This is madness to me. Like hate crimes. Oh my god, dude, it's sad. It's so sad. I just can't. I weep for your children, people. I weep for your children. But we got to stop. We got to stop with this thing. And you know, it was crazy. There was a comedian or an author. I think he's an author or comedian in the UK. Was a Jewish guy who said the reason why people don't understand how Jews is a race is because if you're a non-practicing Jew and the Aryans come to power, you're getting killed. You can't say, oh, but I don't believe in God. I don't celebrate the holiday. No, they're killing you anyway, because they're killing an entire race of people that identify with that ideology. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be it's of course a race, because it's a race in a sense that there was a quote unquote master race in Germany that decided that there was a quote unquote inferior race. They didn't say any non-practicing Jews who don't celebrate holidays, we're cool. You guys are fine. We just want the ones who go to shul. No, it was everybody. I think they had a thing. What was it like? If your mother was Jewish, they even had like these bylaws, like what made you Jewish, because they wanted no trace of that race alive. They wanted no trace of that race alive. They didn't save the atheist Jews. They didn't just go, no, we just want the whatchamacallit? What's the word? The Orthodox. Everyone else is fine. We're just killing the Orthodox. No, anybody who's Jewish. You see what I'm saying? So that's what makes it a race, is that they didn't distinguish between anyone. The religion wasn't a part of why they wanted to kill you. It was just the fact that you had that genealogy.
How could someone who was around during World War II get it that wrong? Like, I know probably she's dumb.
They didn't have the internet then, B-Show. They didn't have internet porn. They didn't have diet soda. You know, they didn't have, I mean, dude, pizza. I mean, can you imagine how hard it would be to get a pizza before World War II?
She was in Roots. You think she'd be somewhat culturally aware?
She's not old enough to be in Roots.
I thought she was in Roots.
No.
Or am I thinking the Color Purple?
Color Purple. Yeah, I mean, but again, I don't like what she said. I think it was dumb. But I think this hyper reaction, and I get it. Some of it is just because it's enough with the dumb shit. I understand. I'm not trying to quantify everybody's rage or stymie anybody's outrage. I'm just saying, where has this gotten us? Where has all of this gotten us? Where? Are we any better off from everything that we've been flinging at each other for the last couple of years? Are your children any better off? Is anybody any better off? Anybody? Who's better off from 2020? From some of this stuff started in like 2015. Okay, some of this shit. All right. Is anyone better off for this rhetoric? Anybody? Whose lives were made marginally better as a result of destroying people for being stupid? Why don't we just address the problem is that we're fucking stupid and that we say stupid shit. And instead of just saying, I'm sorry, I'm not that smart, you have to say, I'm sorry, I realized that was wrong, and I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing everything I can to make sure nobody, no, I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb. Last week, I thought the gym guy went to jail for a year, and he wasn't going to jail at all. And I said, oh my God, I'm sorry. I don't know where the fuck I got that from. I made a mistake. And then we just move on with our fucking lives. You could do that. You could have. Can you imagine if they came back for a commercial and Whoopi said, you know what? I just thought about that. That was really dumb. And I claim a Jewish name in show business. I've had relationships with many Jewish men in my life. And I feel really stupid. I'm sorry. I just want to apologize to anybody that was bothered. And I agree with you. That was dumb. It would have been over before the credits came up. Don't you think this would have ended right there, B-Show, if she so said, hey, I'm sorry. That was really, well, I thought about it. And how many times in your life, B-Show, whether it was your wife, your family, your kids, your coworkers, your dad, where you said something and then a few minutes later, you're like, whoa, I don't really mean that. I'm sorry.
I just posted about that on Instagram the other day. It was like every time I remember something cringe I said in the past, I just melt. But no, that's true. And you know what? if the women on The View, and maybe this is a female male thing, I don't know. I'm sorry if it's sexist, but if a bunch of dudes were sitting around and someone said something stupid like that, one of them would be like, dude, that's like the stupidest thing I've ever heard. They just call him out. And you'd be like, wait, what are you talking about? And you'd be like, what else would the Holocaust have been about? It wasn't because they had a menorah in the window, motherfucker. It was, they were the master race. And the person who said it would be like, oh, fuck. And then they punch him in the shoulder and be like, you stupid
dude, you're a fucking idiot. Why'd you say that, dude?
Exactly.
I don't know. I wasn't really thinking. I said it in the moment. Sha, you know what I'm talking about? Can you imagine if every dumb thing you ever said, you had to account for the rest of your life?
Well, I fear that, especially doing the show Planet Mondo now, because I put a lot out and I'm like,
you're saying some crazy shit on there, but but let everybody check it out.
I know, but I'm just scared that society is going to keep getting more and more like emotional and just sensitive. And then we're not going to be able to say anything, well, I'm going to have to take everything down that I ever put up on the internet.
I'm going to tell you guys a story. I've never told this story. I've never publicly shared this story with another person. I'm going to tell it. I'm not going to mention the person's name. I'm just going to say it is literally one of my closest living friends. I'm in a car 8 years ago, coming from someplace, and my wife happens to be with me, who's not my wife at the time, but we're engaged. And we're in a friend's car. My friend knew her a little bit. We're driving through a neighborhood in Brooklyn at a time of year called Purim, which is like Orthodox Halloween. And it's spring, and there's a lot. It's Friday, and Friday night is, I guess they call it Shabbat. Orthodox Jews, you can't use electricity. This is Orthodox Jews, like really extreme. So they're out in the streets. And my friend is, an Irish, mixed Irish guy, German Irish, whatever. He's not German. He's driving a car. I'm sitting in the front seat. Randy's in the back seat, my wife. As we're driving through this neighborhood, and this is a true story. I bet you my wife doesn't even remember it. He starts going, oh, all the fucking Jews are out tonight. Okay. I leaned over to him and I looked in the back seat, and Randy, the Jewish girl, goes, hey, so-and-so, I'm Jewish, right? And his face became flush. He literally pulled the car over, put it in park, and turned around and said, I am so fucking sorry. I shouldn't even have said that, regardless of whether you were in the car. That was really fucking stupid. I'm sorry. I'm also a little fucked up right now. And he was a little fucked up. Like, she was like, I'm just telling you I'm Jewish. She was like, no, it's okay. And he was like, boy, and he's driving, he's looking at me, and I'm shaking my head. He was like, dude, I'm fucked. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. And this is a middle-aged man driving a car. There's no excuse. Back at the bar afterwards, goes over to, because, I can't stop thinking about, he was humiliated. He humiliated himself. My wife didn't humiliate him. And you know what? I guarantee you, if I woke my wife up right now, she wouldn't remember that story. Because she understood that he said something dumb. He profusely apologized. She felt empathy for him for being embarrassed, and everybody moved on with their lives. She didn't take her phone out and go, I'm just in a car with my boyfriend, and his friend just said there's so many fucking Jews out, and this is where he lives, and this is where he works, and I'm sorry, internet, do your thing. No, because that doesn't solve anything. And quite frankly, she didn't really give a fuck. Now, she could have given a fuck, but she chose not to. That to me, that spoke volumes about both of those people in good ways. He comes over to me like sweating profusely. I've known this man my entire adult life. He's far from a racist or ever said anything crazy. He was a little drunk and a little stoned, and he said something stupid that he shouldn't have said, and he apologized for it. And everybody went like this and washed their hands and went on with their adult lives. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? Shah, I'm sure you've had to do that a few times in your life. I bet you've had to do that more than a few times. Tell me that I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. I've had to do it way more times than I'd like to admit, actually. I wish I could say I didn't have to do that.
No, but why? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
What is the qualifier for letting it slide or not letting it slide for you? Do you take who said it? Do you take how you felt at the time? Do you take like whether it was a joke or whether it was meant to really be defaming? Like, what is the difference maker for you?
I think the relationship, it depends on how well I know the person. You know what I mean? And like the relationship, I guess the relationship for me, wouldn't you say so? It really depends on who's saying it to me.
Well, what if the person is genuinely considered a decent person? You don't know them that well, but you hear they're good people, and you're like, I don't want to make a thing out of it because I know this guy's friends with my friend and this guy and that guy, and I'm not ready.
Yeah, see, I don't give a shit about that though. Like, I can't take cosigns from other people anymore. Okay. I don't give a shit who says you're their friend or whatever. If I don't know you, I don't know you, man. You know what I mean? I don't.
No, but she knew him, but she didn't know him. She knew my relationship with this person.
Yeah, but it's not that deep though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Bisho, your wife is of Latino descent, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. In fact, her and I just had a big argument about this the other night. I was not aware. I don't know if I should be sharing this.
You know what? I don't want to get you in trouble. I'm just asking you, if that happened to you with your wife in the car, what would you think would be the difference if somebody said something like anti-Latina or whatever?
I've had that happen.
I'm sure you have. This is, yeah, I'm sure you have.
When I was in high school, a really good friend of mine at the time, him, his brothers, his dad, they all used to say they're all a bunch of racists. But at the time I didn't co-sign it. But like, oh, it's just them.
You didn't process
it
as an adult.
Blah blah blah.
You didn't process it as an adult, right?
As an adult, I don't talk to those people anymore because they're pieces of shit.
Boom.
But if they would have said something okay, I'll give you a great example. My older brother, was born with a double cleft palate.
Oh, geez.
And I never realized it, but the brother of my one friend always used to come up to me and go, and I just thought he was fucking with me.
Interesting.
Didn't know he
like
was
a great guy, by the way.
Oh, dude, there's some fucking winners in the neighborhood I'm from. So he used to walk up to me and do that. And finally, one time, he came up and did it. I was like, dude, you would kill me in a second, but if you do that again, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking mouth. And he's like,
yeah.
What? Whoa, hang on a second. And it was so jarring to him that I would say that he didn't even take it as a threat, like, let's go. And then he would have killed me. Legitimately would have killed me. Meathead shit kicker. Yeah. And I was like, dude, you do that again, I'm going to fucking have to hit you. We're going to fight. And he's like, oh man, no, it's just. I'm like, no, it's just. We're boys. So for boys, you don't do that anymore. And he's like, okay, man. And he never did it again. So some people just need to be checked.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I got super sensitive to that when I was a kid. And some dude in the locker room came up to me one time, big motherfucker. And he was like, hey, what's up with your brother? And I was like, what, you got something to say, motherfucker? Let's go. And he looks at me and he gave me that look like, I'm letting you live right now. And he's like, I was just asking because I don't know. And I was like, And so like that right there, you can react different ways to things. And if I would have just explained to him, yeah, that's kind of a dick move and this is why, he in a second would have been like, oh, okay. Because he wasn't trying to be a dick. But that's the reaction we have now.
Well, we've also made it very profitable to ruin other people for being stupid.
True.
You know, that's part of it too. And part of that is that, you know, you're not supposed to be judged by your worst day, your worst word. You're not supposed to be judged by the stupidest thing you've done. You're not supposed, you know, can you imagine if every grade you ever got was only based on the lowest grade that you got and that was your grade? I mean, we don't do that in school. We don't do that in education, or we don't do that at work. You know, it's like, oh, I'm just going to pay you on whether or not, you know, you're going to make the worst day money for the rest of the year, or maybe for your whole career. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe forever. But we do that with words, and it's really weird. And yes, I'm not saying it's okay to say whatever the fuck you want, but I'm saying sometimes people are just really stupid. It's not, the intent isn't there. The intent was never there. You can't assume someone else's intent all the time. You could maybe manufacture it because you can go, well, that guy has a history of saying dumb shit and he just said it again, so fuck this motherfucker. But somebody, you know, making a dumb joke just because they're trying to be interesting, because, you know, that's the thing. We've made it now that you have to be so interesting all the time. Otherwise, you're not worth anything to anybody anymore. And I just think it's really sad. I don't know. I like retribution. I like justice, but I also don't like destroying people. And that's why my Whoopi stance is a little different after I've had time to think about it. And, you know, I talked to my wife about it, and I swear to God, you know what my wife said? Who cares? Why should I care? She literally was throwing, who cares? Who gives a shit? Why are we listening to these people like it's important? And that's the thing. It's like, who cares? They're dumb. Celebrities are fucking stupid. Do you know how many celebrities don't even have GEDs? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea probably what the literacy level is for a working actor or actress? Do you have any idea? Like, some of it is completely like grade school level. So whatever. I'm not, look, we can't get rid of everybody. We got to figure out a way to live together. Let's figure out a way to live together. Let's figure it out. Unless, of course, you don't want to live together. Like, say, like you're the head of a major network and you want to live with your mistress and you want to live with your subordinate and you want to give her a really high paying job.